Hey kids, how are you? Well, with the adults this week, we are starting to look at a book in the New Testament of the Bible, Paul's letter to the Ephesians. And it begins by Paul saying that he's writing to the saints in Ephesus. And I wonder if you have thought about what it might mean to be a saint. Well, we have some things around us that remind us sometimes of saints. A lot of churches are named after saints, like St. John or St. Matthew, St. Mark, St. Paul. But it's also to say that to be a saint is kind of simple in some ways. To be a saint doesn't mean that you are a super good person, although that's tricky to figure that out sometimes. But when Paul writes to the saints in Ephesus, he's talking about a way of understanding ourselves, you and me, to also be saints. That you and I can also understand that we are saints. So what does that mean? Well, to be a saint, according to the Bible, is to be someone who has the power of Jesus in them. Okay? And we believe from the Bible that when we are baptized, we are joined to Jesus' power. We are joined to the power of the Holy Spirit. And when you were baptized, most likely, many of you as little children, when we have a baptism, I take a little bit of oil and I mark the sign of the cross on the baby's forehead. And that is a sign that we have been marked with the cross of Christ. That when God looks at us, he sees Jesus in us. He sees Jesus' love, his power, his forgiveness, his goodness in us. So there's lots more we could say about saints, but I want you to know that saints aren't just special people, but saints are people like you and me, who in our baptism have been marked by God, have been claimed by God to be a saint, a holy one, because Jesus lives in us. All right? See you next week. Okay? Bye-bye.